Welcome to the 100-day live guitar practice streams. We are now at day 32. So thank you to anyone that's joined my journey. And I invite you to also, follow along and maybe start your own challenge, start your own YouTube journey or, guitar challenge, something like that. So, but follow along with me today. We're going to, learn some tips. I'll show some practice exercises. And let's just see how far we can get, throughout this journey, throughout this challenge. So today we're going to get into some bending practice drills. So bear with me and be patient with yourself if you haven't really practiced your bending technique yet. I haven't either. There's recently been some things that I've been doing now that we're at day 32, just to, continue learning other things. Although the other things that I've been practicing at the very beginning, I'm not perfect at. I don't need to be perfect at them, right? I need to keep learning other things, and then everything will kind of come together in the end. I don't want to wait until I'm, 100% perfect on something. That'll just take way too long. So we're going to get into some bending today. I did some hammer-ons and pull-offs the other day. So if you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check out that video after this one. But right now we're going to get into some bending. So let's see. We're going to do this drill. Again, I've not ever done these before, so I'm going to try just to do some very, very basic drills where I'm just getting comfortable going 1, 2, just using index, middle. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. And the bend. And right now I'm trying to do half step bends. We'll do whole step bends later on, but right now I'm trying to just do, half steps. So. Okay. We're just going each string, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right now we're just working on the first 2 fingers. Just trying to get comfortable, trying to understand, even not even playing it well, obviously, just kind of how does it work? Do I bend up? Do I bend down? What does it feel like? If you've never ever done anything before, it's going to feel goofy the first couple times you do it, right? First couple times you started walking, you fell down. You probably don't remember it because you're a baby, but first time you started trying to ride your bicycle, you fell down. You got to have training wheels or mom or dad guide you or something like that, or just push you super fast and hope momentum carries you the best. No, but right, everything you do the first time, play basketball, the first time you shoot, you might shoot like this, right? Both hands. But hey, a lot of, practicing and becoming good is failing a lot and figuring out what not to do, right? So a lot of times it's just, figuring out, okay, bending that way doesn't work, or I got to use, an extra finger for more pressure, or maybe I need to move my wrist a different way. So it's just basically just doing that right now. Not trying to do a lick with the bend and all that stuff. No. I'm at day 32. Come on now. See, on the low strings, I know you probably have to bend, that direction. But when you get to like these middle strings, I guess you can bend both directions. We'll figure that out, right? Listening with the ear. Okay. Back to the other end on the D string. Okay. Back to the other end on the B string. See, if I bend this down, I can only go a half step. So I imagine I should probably bend this one up. Okay. Okay. Now on the high E string, I can't obviously pull that direction because I'd fall off the fretboard. So some of the strings, it's a no-brainer. Which way do you bend it? The others kind of in the middle. I think you can kind of bend them either direction, and it'll kind of make a different sound. Still trying to figure that out. This low E string's hard. Okay. Okay, so we did the entire fretboard basically with the first and second finger, index and middle. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with the first and the third finger. So index and ring finger. Practicing the bends again, just trying to get a feel for it, trying to get comfortable with it. First time you dribble a basketball, you might have been, doing an odd, thing where you're almost punching the basketball instead of being fluid with it, right? So it's okay. It's okay. Just keep working through it. So first and third finger, here we go. Okay. Okay. Back to the other end. 1, 3. Okay, just playing with these bends. Okay. Let's plucking that with my finger. All right, so that was with the first and the third fingers there. When you don't play it very good, it can be frustrating, obviously, but just keep playing through it. Now we're going to practice with the first and the fourth finger. So index and pinky. Can't neglect that pinky. Got to get its work in as well. So, and remember, we're practicing half step bends right now. At least that's what I'm intending. Some of them are probably accidentally whole steps. Some of them are probably accidentally like a quarter of a step, if that's a thing. But, just getting used to them, right? Getting the feel for it. We'll get, better with it in time, and then we'll mix in, bends with licks and things like that. But right now, when you've never ever done them before, it's okay. Just crawl first, right? Crawl. There's many stages. It's just not just run. It's not just running and jogging and running. It's crawling, walking, jogging, running, and sprinting. There's actually 5 levels. A lot of people just say two levels, walking and running, or something like that. But in my opinion, really, there's 5 levels. There's crawling, walking, jogging, running, sprinting. So just trying to do the walking type of, or the crawling type of stuff right now. See, I feel like these other fingers need to come down and help with the bend, and I don't have that muscle memory in there yet. So yeah, I was doing all those with hammer-ons, but I could also do another pluck there and then do the bend. So I wasn't really thinking about that too much until just now with this difficult pinky here. Wait, I should be going this direction. See, all these various exercises that I do throughout the days, throughout this challenge, it'll, allow me to be kind of well-rounded in all aspects, not just rhythm or just lead or just knowing a couple chords or just knowing 1 or 2 songs at the end of this 100-day. Sure, I might not know a plethora of songs or anything like that at the end of the 100 days, but hopefully the goal is to just kind of feel comfortable with the guitar. It's not the first time I've ever shot the basketball. It's not the very first time I've ever got behind the wheel of the car. It's not the very, 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 very first time I've ever been on ice skates. I've done it before. I've had a couple hours with it. So then hopefully the songs will come a little easier. And different exercises teach you different things. So I know my spider exercise that I like to do, it's kind of difficult when you have to keep your finger down until it's needed again instead of just allowing your finger to fly away. That drill forces me to keep my fingers low to the strings. I'm not there yet, obviously, need more time with it, but that's the idea behind that drill of not picking up your finger until it's needed again. It's so that way you don't have those flyaway fingers. That way everything's close to the strings. So that way you have faster transitions, right? The further you go away from something, the longer it's going to take to get back. No matter how quick your fingers are, it's still time, right? All right, I think we're on this string. Okay, B string. Man. Whew, that was tough with the pinky. All right, so now we're gonna loop back. Same thing again. 2, 3. Now we're gonna use 2, 3. Middle finger, middle finger, ring finger. Same concept. Half step bends, walking our way up and down the fretboard. Okay. Back up here. Okay. Now let's see. Back up this way. I think we're on the third string. I don't know. So you can do it either way. You can do it with the hammer on or the pluck. Shit. All right, that was with 2-3. Now we can go 2-4. Let's try that one. Let's go with fingers 2 and 4. So middle finger, pinky. Pinky is the hardest. I'm sure that's probably the case for most people. Okay. Okay, let's maybe hold it a little longer. All right. So that's 1, 2, 4 there. Or wait. That's fine. We did 1 to 4 a little bit earlier, but I guess we need to practice. So we did 2, 3, and 2, 4. It's supposed to be 2/4. All right. Sometimes my Excel spreadsheet, it's a little hard to distinguish the lines. So kind of got mixed up there when I glanced up. So now we're going to do 3/4. So ring pinky. Kind of hurts in here. I think I was stretching too far. I should have just moved my wrist. There's so many things going on all at once. Sometimes, you forget to do something else. Come on now, loosen up. What was we doing? Ring pinky, huh? Okay. Last string, high E. All right, there we go. We got through all the fingers with the half step. We did a little bit of hammer-ons, a little bit with just picking. So very nice. So now that we're about 30 minutes in, about halfway there, go ahead and throw out my shameless plug there for anyone that's following along. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so that way you can, follow my content and it's easier to, find my channel later on. Also, if you haven't commented below, please go ahead and do so to, give any advice or anything like that. That's always, a blessing and greatly received. And then also just go ahead and like that video for me. Even if you don't like it, just go ahead and like the video for me. That is always greatly appreciated to know that I'm, the time I'm putting in is actually worth it. that someone out there actually likes it. So that's always appreciated as well. So thank you for that. Anyways, back to it. Now that we're on the second half of this video, I'm going to go ahead and transition into similar thing, very similar thing, but this time aiming for whole steps. I may have already been accidentally doing whole steps, but this time we're going to bend the strings just a little bit more to try to go a whole step instead of a half step, right? So you just bend the strings just a little bit more force, a little bit more pressure. So let's see if we can do that. So we're going to again start over with the first two fingers, index, middle finger. All right, so first two fingers, remember whole step if possible. When I release it, arrows ricochets back out. Okay. Okay. It's hard to do up here. Everything's so tight. It's hard to get that. Okay, let's go up to the B string. Now that we're on the B string, we can't pull down. We can't pull that direction at all, right? Because we're going a whole step. If you pull that direction, you can only go a half step when you're on the B string. So control it back to its position also. Don't just let go. Yeah, I see a lot of other guitarists. I'm not there yet, but they'll kind of get their other fingers behind the one pushing to kind of help. Not there yet, but technique will build. Okay. So that was every string, every fret with the first and the second finger. Now we're going to go into the first and the third finger. 1, 3. Index ring. Whole step. We're aiming for whole steps. Remember, even if I'm not, I don't know, my ear's not trained that well just yet. From my understanding, though, it seems like you push up or down, whichever way you gotta, bend the string. You basically bend it to the next string for a half step, and you have to bend it, through one string and to the second string away from it to do a whole step, if that makes sense. So from my understanding, you'd go from here to here for a half step, because that's where it meets the next string. And then if you want to do a whole step, you pull it down to where it meets 2 strings away. That's at least my understanding. All right. Where was we? 1, 3 though. Yeah. Okay. Move up to the G string. Okay. B string. All that force on these pads. It's really doing another new number on them. I was getting kind of used to it just with the regular chords and regular scales and stuff. I was like, okay, it's kind of past the pain phase. Nah. Now with these bends, it's really putting a pressure on the pads in a different way. So little bit of pain's coming back. Not too bad though. It's already calloused up from all the other playing, so that's the benefit of actually staying consistent. Unlike what I did for the first couple of years of having this guitar. So pick it up for 1 hour and don't touch it again for 2.5 months. Pick it up for, 27 minutes and don't pick it up for 3 weeks type of thing. All right. So that was 2-3. So now we're at 1-3. So now we're on 1-4. All right, let's go. 1-4 with some bends here. Whole step bends with this pinky. Let's do it. I'm up for the challenge. All right. A string. Here it's really easy to bend. Down here it gets kind of harder to bend again, and up here is really hard to bend. So easiest in here, second easiest down here, third easiest up here. We were on the now B string, I believe, or was it G? Yeah, there we go. Whew. At first I was trying to use the finger all by itself to bend the whole step. My technique's not there yet to where the other fingers can kind of fall in line and kind of help push that string. So I'm trying to bring my fingers closer to those strings to kind of help support that whole step bend. It's a little tougher on the finger, especially if it's by itself. But if I can gather those other fingers around it, kind of help push the string, it'll make my technique a lot better, and it'll save my fingers in time. So, all right, so that was 1-4, right? Let's go back to 2-3 now. All right. Come on. Okay, now on to the B string. Just doing a couple high knees here. Don't mind me. Sometimes just standing kind of in one little spot for so long can, obviously be a little tiring on the legs. So. No, we're on 2-3. Okay, that's 2-3. Now let's do 2-4. 2-4. We got this. Pinky. Scratch the actual fretboard. Okay. D string. Second and fourth finger. Okay. Now what? The There we go. It's supposed to be whole steps and I can't. There we go. Got to get the other fingers to support the bend. Okay, high E string, 2/4. All right, shake it out. That was 2/4. Now let's go to 3/4, ring and pinky. And it's okay if the fingers get a little chewed up. It's going to happen, but it's part of the growth. So, all good, all good. All right, 3/4 with bending, whole step, hopefully. Got to get those other fingers involved, keep them low to the strings. It's tough. Okay, a D string. All right, now we're on the G string. That's tough, man. Onto the B string. The fingers are tired. Almost there, though. Don't quit. You won't ever see that in me. Whew. High E string, almost there. Whew. All right. And that brings us to the end of the 3-4 walk with the bends. So I again thank you guys for being patient with me, as that's really the first time I've ever done any like bending exercises. Like sure, just playing around, being goofy, not really knowing what I'm doing. I'll do a little bend or something like that. More of just a vibrato, I would say, rather than a bend. So yeah, the bends are new. So thank you for being patient and watching to the end. And yeah, being patient with yourself. If this is new to you with guitar, then yeah, way to be patient with yourself and just keep working through it. So I'll make sure to put the exercise drill in the pinned comment section below, so that way everyone can kind of see, what I was doing there with the different fingers and things like that. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap for today's video. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys again for joining me. And yeah, if you just click one of the videos that are floating on the screen now, you can go back and watch one of my other videos or something like that. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. That means a lot to me. Lets me know that the content I'm putting out there is useful to somebody and that they're gaining something from it. And yeah, just comment below. Also, get a community of like minds speaking. Like the video for me. That's always greatly appreciated. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other. I love you. Peace out. Until next time.